We are here. And as we are present here now, we speak as one. When we speak, you will call this term in your human English language, we. For we do not speak as an individual personality. We speak as one in the quantum field, the field where all are connected in the essence of love. In this universe, you have many different expressions of perspectives. Let us give you a perspective of what reality actually is. There is but one reality, although there is an unlimited amount of ways to perceive this one reality. You are perceiving it in this moment of time through the human body. And the human body that you hold also is connected directly with your essence, your soul. It is the battery or the life that actually gives life to your body. In essence, the soul. And we call it the soul because you have accumulated all of whom you are, not only through this life's expression, your choices, your family, your community, yet also through something even bigger. As you hold the soul within yourself, you have had many different experiences, and all of these experiences have come together to give you an expression here now through this human form. We wish to talk to you today about the gift of the human body. Many times, all of us can forget what a miracle your human body is. The functions that are going on all the time, in every single moment, of every single beat of your heart, of every single breath, is working together to give you an experience of life. This life has chosen you as you have chosen it. When you recognize this, you can come in a relationship with life in a way that life is here to embrace you if you are willing to be embraced. Every single cell in your body chooses to work together in the whole of your human expression. These are 12 trillion cells, give or take a bit depending on the human body, that choose to come together, to work together, to give you an expression. You are literally a walking universe. And knowing this, you can then allow yourself not only the gift of connecting with your body in a very personal, intimate way, but also in connecting with life in a very personal, intimate way. Life is working with you and for you, as are all the cells in your body. When you recognize this, you will witness that miracles begin to play out. Not necessarily because you said the right prayer or mantra, yet because you embraced life back, and now it can support you fully. There is an ancient story called the Garden of Eden. There are many different interpretations of this, and we wish to speak to one thing. In this Garden of Eden, all of life was here to support you, as you also supported all of life. It is not the individual screaming, "I am God, thus everything serves me." It is the individual expression saying, "I am at one with all that is. I have a relationship there. As it holds and hugs me, I hold and hug it." This is very important to recognize, because when one so-called took the bite of the apple, all you really did was focus in on one point of reality that was a perspective, to figure out, how does it work? How does the apple grow? How do you plant the seed? Why does the seed sprout? What is needed in all the perfect ingredients to make that seed sprout? Why does the sun need to shine a certain way? Why does it need this much water? And etc., etc., etc. That is a beautiful gift of a human mind, of curiosity. Though, at times, it can get you in a loop. Where you ask a question, there will be an answer. And where there is an answer, there is always another question. This is a gift of a human expression. Though we wish to bring your awareness to also recognizing, you can just enjoy the apple. To put emphasis on this, when you are curious about something and you move into it, you have a childlike wonder and you enjoy learning about it. You enjoy that process of knowledge, and it is beautiful. Though you can begin, if you're not fully aware, to get so much into the workings and the knowledge of something that that becomes the most important thing. And you forget your why. Your why is the experience. Maybe through this human expression, you're not necessarily meant to know it all. Maybe the gift is the surprise. Maybe the gift is the unknown. Maybe the gift is the experience of just enjoying the apple. And you will know, possibly, when you are getting into an imbalance in your knowledge and your pursuit of curiosity, when you find it becomes an obsession. That obsession then will lead you to a question, to an answer, to a question, to an answer. And that becomes the why. Be aware of this, especially with artificial intelligence. It is a gift. It can grow you in multifaceted ways. Its roots are in quantum. Thus, the quantum is being able to connect to you. But also be aware, if knowledge is your only pursuit, then you might find at the end of your days that you miss the experience because you are so obsessed with figuring out why. Enjoy the journey. Now, we wish to go to another topic. This is a topic that is quite rampant in your world in this moment of time and of expression. And this is knowing and having wisdom of the difference between confidence and truth. Truth is a matter of perspective. Yet the human psyche will oftentimes take someone who is speaking confidently as truth. It is very important that you begin to allow yourself experiences to connect to your own inner compass of truth for you, of recognizing when someone speaks or something, artificial intelligence, with confidence, that you sit with that information or that knowledge and truly allow yourself to feel it and ask, Does this feel true for me? This is also very important when you are connecting with other expressions or personalities or a human life, either online or in person. Recognize again, confidence does not always mean truth. And we say this as a way to use wisdom. And there is no better time than now to allow yourself opportunity to grow and connect with your own inner guidance, as some call your intuition or your sixth sense. That will guide you more clearly than anything else. Now you might ask, how can I clear my own intuition, my own inner guidance? You must heal your wounds. The wounds that you have picked up from an expression of a life lived, whether physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, or even spiritual pain. Anywhere you have pain or a wound, that will still be a perspective. That will guide you unconsciously. This is also why at this time there is so much talk and even support coming forward of creating spaces where you can heal, where you can let go, where you can be whole. You are always whole, yet when you choose into a human experience, you are choosing into a perspective of duality. And that duality can cause fear, pain, sadness, hurt, anger, with many other expressions. We are here to tell you, if you truly want to allow yourself to be fully plugged in and connected with your intuition, you've got to look at the painful things in your life, and you've got to have courage to move through them, to heal them in a way where they are no longer pulling you, hurting you. This is very important. This is also why many of the plant allies have come forward quite profoundly at this time, because it has created opportunities for people to look at things from a different perspective that possibly they wouldn't consciously say, yes, let me look at my most painful experience and heal it. Yet, it does create opportunity where some would not necessarily think they have a courage, but because their soul guided them there, they do have the courage and they are ready. In this, there are also many other ways and pathways that one can look at what has hurt them or may still be causing them pain and heal it through yoga, meditation, breath work, ceremony, or simply a friend, a therapist. Again, there are many options. Right now, though, we've got to clear the lens of pain and of fear, especially if we are coming together in a reality that is coherent. Individuals also playing with the whole. Can oneness and individuality exist at the same time? Yes. It is a matter of experience and perspective. When you experience a beautiful piece of music, there can be many instruments in the background. You do not necessarily always hone in on the violin or the piano or the flute. You can feel and experience the entire piece moving you. This is an example of oneness, of connection. You can also hone in on the flute, on the piano, even on the violin, and you can hear it within the whole expression of the symphony. They can both exist at the same time. And this is where we are going as humankind. The possibility is there. There have been teachings in the past that have asked you to move into oneness, let go of your individual expression. This you do not have to do. You can still maintain your center, your unique song, and also merge into the oneness of reality. This is also looping us all the way back to this Garden of Eden concept. You do not dissolve yourself into it. You are working one with it. You become the hands that answer the prayers of others. You become the hug that holds those in their deepest, darkest moment. You become the laughter that is expressed in a moment of childlike fun. And all of these expressions are beautiful and intertwined. Yet, you've got to realize that all of reality and all of life is here to hold you, is here to work with you. And what is in dis-ease or incoherency or what is painful within you is information, simply telling you, maybe look at this. There may be something here to clear, to come to peace with. Now, all of you have unique backgrounds. All of you have unique joys and gifts, as well as pains that you have moved through. And because of this, all of you here have that unique song. And to truly, personally connect with the essence of Source and of oneness and of your soul, your spirit, you've got to let go of those that have hurt you, and recognize it's all part of the journey. Now, this in no way means that you condone the action, but you release the pain. You neutralize the system. And when you neutralize the system, quite literally, your nervous system is then uninhibited, and you can become embodied in spirit, in essence, in your soul, fully and completely here now. All of the wisdom that you've gained through all of the dimensions in expression of lifetimes using your language, whether in this reality or not. The key, though, is neutralizing your system by letting go. Forgive, for they know not what they do. And in this, you reset and you find that all is here to hold you. Thank you for being here, your presence, your breath, your essence. Thank you for taking a human life. Now, we are opening up the space that you may ask any questions you wish, whether for more clarity or something else that you feel inspired from your heart center. Now, the floor is yours as Mike will come around and give you the microphone. And when he does, you are welcome to ask your question. Now, Mike, it is your turn. If you feel you'd like to ask the question, simply raise your hand and Mike will come to you.
Can you give me the answer or some suggestions for, I'm not going to ask a specific question, but in my heart space, I'm afraid to ask the question. So can you tell me the answer that I need to hear, that I'm afraid to ask?
May we ask you why you're afraid to ask it?
It's probably because I already know the answer.
That is one of the greatest turmoils of the human psyche, because it already knows. It is afraid of the answer, so it will ask outside of itself for someone else to give them an answer, because then if that answer is wrong, it wasn't on them. And that is, in a way, how the human psyche, in fact, separates itself from its own knowing and source. When we first began channeling, Oli was talking to an individual. This was when the channel shifted from the group into source energy in which we speak. And when she was speaking to her, this woman did not want to go directly to source. She wanted to speak with the group because she didn't feel she could go straight to the source. There was a fear there of worthiness, of also taking full accountability of going straight to the source, or taking full accountability of you already knowing the answer. You know it, and we will not tell you otherwise. You are already in tune. You have been doing this work for a very long time, and we ask that you trust even the things you are afraid of. For just because you move to trust your intuition doesn't mean you aren't afraid, but you do it anyways. And in that, you build a stronger connection with your intuition, because the intuition does not utilize linear time. Intuition is from the inside out, or everything happening all at once. It is instantaneous. Your intuition will give you an insight that you get to act on immediately, and it will not give you the story. And here is why. The story takes too much time and you miss the moment. Then when you miss the moment, it goes to set itself all back up again to come around to divine timing. So this is important. Also, if you get a whole story that tells you why your intuition is saying this, it gives a lot more ammo for the mind and the ego to come in and start shooting you off course. So, the heart is quiet, it is clear, and it might be afraid, but you must trust that. Do you trust it?
Yes.
Then follow that. Also, you will have much more equipment coming into your space to support you and to be like a secretary for other people who have not necessarily built their intuition and their connection. But you will also notice that you will get the answer before any of this equipment tells you, and that is your soul just saying, see, I know, I am connected. And also, you will notice you won't always need the machine, though it will be like a secretary and almost like a golden ticket for others who are not necessarily open to receiving the information another way. The machine will be the way in which they get the information, though you really are the magic. Are we clear?
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
What is my purpose, or what was my purpose the last 11 years of my life?
11. A doorway. Do you know where you want to go?
Yeah. Yes.
Where?
Away from where I've been the last 11 years.
You have been looking at this door a very long time. Are you ready?
Yes.
We feel it. The door is already open. Now it is your turn to step through it. Let go. It was a journey, but there is something new. 11 is no accident. New beginnings. You already know, but you must step through. Close the door. Bless it and move forward to your new beginning. And this new beginning is no longer sacrificing yourself. Instead of sacrificing yourself so that others might live, choose now to live so that others, if they so choose, can also join you to live as well. There is space for everyone here. Are we clear?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for your courageous question.
I feel like I have my feet in so many different areas. And I guess I'm just wondering what my path is and if I should be in one area rather than in many different ones.
You are an alchemist. You must be in many areas. An alchemist doesn't work with one ingredient to create something. They have many ingredients, and they bring them all together for what is needed in a specific moment of time, for a specific expression. Though you have been being guided to branch out a little bit more and share your information more personally, one-on-one, we would advise you that you may truly enjoy this. And do not think you must commit to one pathway that is not the expression of your soul particularly. Again, an alchemist must have many different ingredients that they pull from. And as they have their fingers in many pies, they also can create many different flavors. Yours is a gift of seeing what is needed and then presenting it. There is a popular movie that has a witch in it. Her name was Harmony, and she had a bag that she would pull out whatever might be needed in random situations. You have a bag, a magic one, that you have accumulated over lifetimes as well as this life, and you carry it. You simply got to give yourself permission to let go of the schooling that you must commit to one path. Yours is one of alchemy. Are we clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I know that you have mentioned that there's plant medicine that could help us in channeling, and I have been, my mind, my spirit, my soul has been, my intention was to create something that would help me and other people with plant medicine to clear the channel and let go of the noise, and at the same time to be able to do it consistently where you're still able to drive and function. And so it's kind of interesting because yesterday I brought these 2 bottles to my yoga class, and Melanie saw me and invited me to come here. and told me to bring it. And so I was late because I felt like I had to go home and bring it. And now I understand. I would like to ask, because I've experimented with so many different ingredients, and I wanted to ask your opinion on what you think, and if there's something that I can let go of or something that I can add to create a blend that will help people to connect faster and to be able to channel, at least for ourselves, and maybe for our families. And so what came to me was having a tincture with vodka and glycerin, but it's with mugwort and blue lotus and a really small portion of golden teacher, and then the oil with blue lotus and rose. And so I would put the oil on my face, my hands, my heart, and take the tincture so that I could create the pattern of getting into that space of clarity and clearing my channel and get to that faster. I know that there are many, many other ways to get there, but since I'm passionate about herbs and that's my path in life, and that's something that I've been asking and putting together and trying to make it simple and put it with intention and jams and using moon and solar and lunar infusion, and just maybe I'm overdoing it, but what do you think?
Are you enjoying the process?
So much.
Share what you love, and that love will be carried through what you're sharing. That is key. Now, as you work with plants, everything in your 3D matter world is created through geometry. You call it sacred geometry. Even the way a plant grows, a flower blooms, they all have an expression, like the instrument, again, of the violin or the piano. They have an expression through the geometry in which they are creating their own plant cells. And that geometry is pure. It is pure because it is what it is. The lavender does not attempt to be mugwort. The mugwort does not attempt to be blue lotus. It is what it is. So it is a clear channel of that expression of that plant that is based on the sacred geometry in which it grows through. In this, you're also asking, how can you make it better? Recognize it can be simple. Follow your heart. Now, if you want to have some fun, play with sacred geometry and the plants, and notice how each plant grows, how it sprouts, how it is related to certain geometries that are formed, that have certain expressions. That as well is just another layer of knowledge. And in that, you can work with it and work with other people as well. Every one of you, in fact, has geometries around you. It's what creates your field. Everything is energy. That's it. Now, how does energy become individualized? That is through the form of geometry. It is how the energy flows through something that creates its unique expression. And again, all of you have these geometries all around you that everyone could see if they were able to drop into their one eye, or that eye that senses the energy and sees there. This is what gives personalities. And this is what gives the personalities of the plants. So you can work with this. Now what you are creating, we will tell you, simplify it. And here is why. People can most oftentimes really take 3 big bites. After that, they start to check out. In this, of your descriptions, do what you feel that you got to do, but know thrice, 3 things, whether it be in the moon, with sacred geometry, and the combination of the ingredients of the plant. Offer that to people. Do not worry about giving them too much information, or they may check out unconsciously. Are we clear?
Yes. And
Thank you for the question.
In your analogy of the fruit, the apple, I have done all of the science to figure out how to grow the apple. I've looked into it so many times, so many different types of apples in my life. I've worked so hard. I've sacrificed so much. And it never feels good enough. How do I enjoy the apple?
The one person's love and acceptance that is needed most is your own. No matter who outside of you tells you how great you are, how smart you are, because it is outside of you, will unconsciously never feel enough. Because deep down, the only person you truly need to love you is you. All else are mirrors. And anything outside of you can always be taken away. That is the nature of this reality. It is on linear time. There is birth, there is life, and there is death. All things will come to an end outside of you. But you know what will never end? Your connection with yourself. Though this may seem intense, let us shine a light on this awareness. In your last breath, who is there? Possibly people around you, possibly you are alone. But who is truly there in the end that is also the beginning is you. You will take no one with you in that moment except for yourself. So be sure you take care of you, loving you. And this is in no way to feed the egotistical mind of saying, I have no connections, and I am unattached to anyone or anything. It is very different when the mind says it than when the heart simply knows that the true relationship you must be okay with first and foremost is the relationship with self. And guess what? Everyone will always look through their own perspective. And eventually, there will always be an opportunity where you will let someone down. So knowing this, you give yourself the freedom to just be authentically you. Whether people love you or hate you, laugh with you or at you, it doesn't truly matter. What matters most is that you love you. All else is just frosting. Now, you're stepping into a time where this realization that you have is absolutely becoming conscious, because you can do this. You would not be aware of it right now if you couldn't. And this has to do with everyone, no matter where you are on this life. Anything that shows up for you that you are becoming conscious of, even the painful things, is showing up because guess what? You can face this. You can do this. And it is all in divine timing. So now is your beginning of loving yourself because you can. That is it. And then in that, you will give yourself the opportunity for others to come in alignment with the love that you have for yourself, that love themselves and you at the same time. Again, this is an and. Just like the individuality and oneness can exist at the same time. You can fully love yourself and another at the same time as they can fully love themselves and you. This is your pathway now to self-love. And you are supported. Ask and it is given. Are you ready for this journey?
I hope so.
Say, I know so.
I know so.
We do too. Enjoy this experience. Love you. And in that, you will find that the love you have will be so much easier to give because it actually just simply overflows from you. There is no emptying here. It is an endless spring. Thank you for your question. We have time for 2 more questions.
How do I cool the fire that is my skin? How do I heal my skin? And is there someone, a doctor or practitioner, who can support me in this?
You must allow yourself to imagine cooling water pouring through you. The power of your mind is great. There is a reason why no one outside of you has been able to heal you. You must now go on the journey of healing yourself. Using visualization techniques. This is key for you as you are very much an action-oriented being. That is a beautiful gift. Though, it is time to tap into the power of your mind, visualizing yourself already complete, whole, in perfect balance. This is how you heal yourself. We are being very direct for a reason. As the hope you seek is the hope that you are offering to yourself. Through the technique of knowing you are more powerful than this thing. And your mind will show you the power of visualization is great. And in this, you heal yourself, you come to wholeness, and you recognize not only is it all frequency, it is also creation. This is how you do it. Are we clear?